The civil service all over the world is known to be charged with the responsibility of carrying out government policies, providing services to the public, and keeping the machinery of government running in any society. One of the importance of civil service as a government institution is ensuring that government policies result in tangible services for the population. The civil service is also regarded as the engine room of any administration. In Ondo State, southwest Nigeria, the governor, Arakunrin Oluwarotimi Akeredolu, SAN, is fully aware of these enormous responsibilities bestowed upon the civil servants who were owed 7-month salary arrears and other welfare packages by previous administration before he assumed office as the 6th democratically elected governor. Immediately he assumed office on February 24, 2017, he constituted a committee to look into the 7-month salary backlog owed the workers by the administration of former governor Olusegun Mimiko.
I felt some sense of compulsion that when you have a civil service that is not motivated, then you run a risk. You can't expect from them the maximum performance in any way. So I was convinced that look, something has to be done. How will people be owed 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 months salary? How do you expect them to feed? How do you expect them to feed their families? So I have that some sense of commitment from the on-go that I must do something about salaries of workers. I must try as much as possible to pay. I don't owe them personally.
Within a short period, Aketi broke the jinx of non-payment of workers' salary, as he has almost cleared the outstanding salaries, and up till now, Arakunrin has not in any way defaulted in the payment of workers' salary, as well as other welfare packages such as car loans and leave bonuses.
When we came in, you were owed 7 months. We have paid. When we came in, they were owing you leave bonus. We paid. When we came in, you were not promoted. We have promoted you.
Furthermore, Arakunrin has since introduced reforms aimed at boosting the efficiency and effectiveness of the civil service while making sure that every civil servant gets their salaries as and when due. The #1 civil servant of Ondo State, Mr. Dare Arabaye, confirmed that the governor is indeed prioritizing the welfare of workers within the available scarce resources, adding that the government has not denied them any of their entitlements.
You know what was happening before Governor Akeredolu got elected and sworn in as governor. We were faced with a 7-month salary arrears. And immediately he assumed office, he assured everybody that he would not owe. And since he assumed office, he had been paying as and when due. He has not owed any month's salary in arrears. For the 7 months that he inherited, he has paid 6 months, leaving just 1 month. And he has assured workers, and they are assured that anytime the resources are available, the remaining 1 month will be paid. So he's been paying as and when due. Welfare of pensioners. I wish you can ask the pensioners themselves. They will tell you that for many, many years, they didn't have it so good. Just like salaries, pensions have been paid as and when due. Even the arrears of gratuities. The governor has paid over 5 billion naira since he assumed office. Increased the monthly allocation to payment of gratuities. And the Nigerian Union of Pensioners has openly come out to say that Mr. Governor has done well.
Arakunrin Akeredolu has also been a major canvasser for the increase of the minimum wage.
I have always believed that, and I say it everywhere, that a laborer deserves his wage. The wage the workers get is not something that can take them home. I've always said, so how much is 18,000 naira? It's nothing. A number of us, I know many people that spend over 18,000 naira on phone in a month, on the charge card. It's nothing. So if this is what we pay them, we talk about this pittance, then we have to find a way for them to receive their wages. I've always had that view. Even before I came to office, I said, look, there is no other way. The wage we earn now is poor. But I believe that you have to increase the minimum wage.
The governor has already put in place a structure which will ensure that Ondo state workers benefit from the new minimum wage approved by the federal government.
You have spoken, all of you, the TUC, NSC have spoken. I note this issue on minimum wage. The head of service has spoken to you about it. Has he not? Indeed, at the election of your new chairman, he said so, that you know what he said. He spoke what I asked him to say. That this government will pay minimum wage as approved by law.
Mr. Governor touched on the issue of minimum wage, national minimum wage, which I believe is still being discussed by the federal government with the workers at that level, representative of all our workers in the country. But at the May Day celebration, Mr. Governor assured the workers that as soon as this discussion is ended, that Ondo State government will pay the minimum wage.
Governor Akeredolu's government has not relented in the bid to create an enabling environment and motivate workers for better performance. The government has continually conducted promotional examination for public servants who are due for promotion, after which they are promoted to their merited levels.
We will continue to run an open door policy because we are convinced that the best way to secure the confidence of our people and the public servant is through transparency. I'm sure all of you know we have been very transparent and we will continue to run this open door policy. And we are determined to continue to reward merit and recognize same. We will not allow anyone to be denied his or her due under our watch. We will erect a protective shield for the weak but diligent against even the remotest suggestion of oppression. We will protect you. This promotion exercise, which made this celebration possible, is not predicated on politics.
Arakunrin believes and ensures that every worker who has served in different levels in public service deserves promotion and thus promoted without favoritism or bias. It's a simple philosophy of putting the round pegs in round holes at the right time.
I feel excited when we are being asked to come for interview at this period of time in the year. Because unlike previous years, it has not been like this. So that the interview will come up just towards the close of the year, but for this government, we are really excited. In fact, it's glint of. We really appreciate Mr. Governor for calling up this time around the first quarter of the year to organize interview. It has never happened in the service before. We really appreciate Mr. Governor for conducting this interview for us at when it's not the normal time.
We need to commend the Mr. Governor for the way he has prioritized the workers' welfare. Most especially since he came on board, the salaries and allowances of the workers have been regular. And looking at this year promotion, what we are experiencing now, it's long we've experienced it. For some years back now, people, they are calling them for interview towards the ending of year. But we could see that this one has started early this year, so it needs to be commended. That means that what people have been missing, even in the area of promotion benefits, people will benefit it maximally since the promotion SSI is coming earlier than we are used to. So we want to commend him for this landmark achievement.
So far, no fewer than 14,016 deserving civil servants in Ondo State have been promoted between 2017 and 2018, while many have also received their promotion letter for year 2019. Also, 44 senior officers have been elevated to the peak of their careers as permanent secretaries.
You will recollect that when he came on board in 2017, February 24 precisely, the state workers and the teachers in secondary school were owed 6 months salary, and our counterparts in local government and teachers in primary school were owed about 7 months, if I'm right. And this is 2 years running. He has been able to pay 5 months for the civil service, and he has paid about 5 months again, arrears of what he met. Notwithstanding, he is to inherit both the liability and the asset of the state. But we have seen a situation where some governors will just inherit and tell you, I'm not the one that owe you. And besides that, as I'm talking to you, everybody has been receiving their salary at one day. And also, if you look at our promotion, as I'm talking to you, all eligible workers have gotten their 2019 promotion. Just recently, the head of service has approved the commencement of 2020 exercise. That, okay, let's start rolling the ball. So that's before February, March, everybody will get it, all eligible workers will get it. And I think about that, it has not done bad.
The government of the day, educational wise, because let us take education holistically, that is pupils, teachers, environment. So the man have been doing a lot educational wise. He's doing it and he's doing it right. Recently, he have just included the primary school teachers to the loan, first of his kind in the southwestern.
Apart from promotion of serving officers, the Akeredolu government has recruited new set of admin staff to complement the existing ones, which will help build a formidable civil service.
My hunch was that financial constraints must have informed the delay in the resumption of the new officers. Even now, there is yet to be a significant improvement in our finances. We decided to approve your engagement in our resolve to keep generating the public service. This administration recognizes the critical contribution of public servants to successfully drive our valuable goals and objectives. We will therefore not rest on our course until we sharpen the capability of the service to be able to deliver on its onerous mandate effectively and efficiently.
We are 35 freshers, so I believe we are all vibrant. We have the skills, we have the knowledge, we have what it takes to drive the state government, to drive the synergy of the activities of the government. Like we have been told, we are like a hub as an administrative officer. So much is expected of us, and I believe most of us, we have what it takes, and we will deliver.
In terms of workers' welfare and as regards the Civil Service Commission role, we've never had it so good, so to say. Since he came, I think promotions have been quite regular, which is one of our functions. Other areas that enhance civil servants' welfare relating to the functions of the commission, I think we have actually had things quite good in the commission. And of course, like I said, if the governor has not given us the free hand and the approval as at when due, we may not be talking this way. For example, in the year of promotion, usually promotion takes place towards the end of the year. But since it came, we either have it latest by the middle of the year. We have had the promotion exercises so that before the end of the year, workers get their promotion letters. That's one of the key areas, one of the remarkable aspects.
Before now, the Ondo State Civil Service Commission has never had it so good. It has always been short of commissioners, but the government of Akeredolu has approved 4 commissioners to complement the chairman and make the commission a full body.
The Civil Service Commission is supposed to function with a maximum of 5 members, chairman and 4 commissioners. But for quite a long time, we've been functioning with the minimum of 3 members, the chairman and 2 members. So recently, Mr. Governor approved the full complement of commissioners in the Civil Service Commission. So apart from the chairman, we have 4 commissioners now, with the 3 new members who have been appointed by Mr. Governor. So for now, we are functioning with the maximum number of commissioners in Ondo State Civil Service Commission.
To foster a genuine caring atmosphere that focuses on workers' welfare and to encourage the civil servants, the Ondo State Governor approved over 943 million naira as car and housing loans for interested workers. Also, in continuation of his love for the Ondo State workers, the primary constituency of the governor, the judiciary, also benefited from the benevolence of the Senior Advocate of Nigeria. Governor Akeredolu procured 16 brand new 2019 model Toyota Land Cruiser Prado for the use of judges and Chief Judge of the state.
I want to thank God for Mr. Governor. I want to appreciate this good gesture. We don't have feeling of entitlement. Because the regulation says, give judges new vehicles every 4 years. By the regulation, it's an entitlement. But at the same time, we want to appreciate Mr. Governor for not taking us for granted. I want to appreciate God and appreciate the governor for the cordiality between the executive and the judiciary. Mr. Governor has never interfered in what we're doing in the judiciary. And I would say that it is rare. In many places, there are complaints of interference from the executive. At times, it leads to breakdown in relationship between the executive and the judiciary. And this attracts a lot of embarrassment to both arms of government. We are privileged people here. Our governor respects the rule of law. On behalf of my colleagues and myself, kindly appreciate the governor on our behalf.
With all said and done, Workers in Ondo State are impressed with the Governor Akeredolu-led administration, who they described as a reliable one, which has not failed one bit in fulfilling the promise to pay workers as and when due, and most especially the outstanding salaries owed by the previous administration.
Our governor saying that he will support us, and he has shown it. What we are doing right now, what we are concluding, is to identify those gaps. What each category of worker or workers will require. What kind of training, what kind of capacity building. Is it external, is it internal, is it on the job? All those we have compiled. And so we are ready to go. Using the instrumentality of our public service training institute that has a world-class facility and faculties. We want to collaborate with similar training institutes elsewhere to embark on these training programs. And like I said, we have the backing and support of our governor to assist us in that regard.
Meeting the yearnings and aspirations of the people, and most importantly the workers of the Sunshine State, and ensuring that they are all well placed while discharging their duties, is the determination of Governor Oluwarotimi Akeredolu's led administration. And so far so good. Arakunrin has proven his commitment towards prioritizing their welfare.
I salute all of you, most especially for your cooperation with this government. This government will be eternally grateful to workers of this state for your cooperation, and you deserve to give yourselves a round of applause. I must acknowledge your doggedness in the face of daunting exertion. I want to thank your union leadership for the understanding you have displayed during our difficult moments. We have had difficult moments, I will concede, but your union leadership has shown understanding, and I believe the members have also shown understanding. So this government is grateful to you, and we thank you all for all you have been doing.
Therefore, it's indeed a thing of joy to see that presently workers in Ondo State are basking in the euphoria of a functional government that is solemnly committed to the interests of its people. And for the workforce of Ondo State, it's bye-bye to the era of work, and no pay, and welcome to the era of think anew, act anew. Report compiled by Timileyin Ogunshulire, Perpetual Iboba for Sunshine Plus.